Evidence is sinking Blake Lively.
Hollywood's idealized image of the Golden Girl is beginning to crumble, with Blake Lively long celebrated as the perfect wife, actress, and all-around sweetheart. However, behind the scenes, her reputation paints a very different picture. Some of the most influential women in Hollywood are no longer staying silent as rumors about her controversial past grow louder. Jennifer Garner, members of the British royal family, and Scarlett Johansson all seem to have their own grievances with Blake Lively. When all the pieces are put together, a negative image starts to emerge.
I really did not realize how much more work 3 was going to be than 2, and I've been a little overwhelmed, but he's 5 months old and I think I'm coming out of a fog. At some point I'm going to have to email all my—
Jennifer Garner, Blake's most outspoken critic at the moment, has reportedly harbored deep resentment towards her for years. Her issues with Blake date back to 2010, when Ben Affleck, Jennifer's then-husband, directed and starred in The Town. From the moment Blake was cast as his love interest, Jennifer's instincts told her that something was amiss. At the time, Jennifer and Ben had been married for 5 years and shared 3 children. Outwardly, they appeared to be one of Hollywood's strongest couples, but behind closed doors, cracks had already begun to show. Jennifer was well aware of Ben's tendency to form close bonds with his female co-stars, often developing strong attachments to the women he worked with.
Thank you, Jennifer!
Blake's casting as Ben's love interest immediately raised Jennifer's suspicions. Not only was Blake significantly younger than Ben, but she also had a track record of forming close relationships with her male co-stars. Jennifer had seen this pattern before and understood how easily on-set relationships could evolve into something more. She had experienced enough to recognize that when Ben became overly involved with a female co-star, it rarely stayed professional. The stark age difference between Ben and Blake only heightened the concern. Ben was already an established actor and director, while Blake was still early in her Hollywood career, a dynamic that Jennifer feared could create complications. Adding to Jennifer's worries was the way Ben shaped their on-screen relationship. He directed scenes that emphasized intense emotional connection and physical intimacy, ensuring that their interactions were as passionate as the script allowed. Jennifer's worst fears began to materialize once filming concluded and the promotional tour began. It was evident from their interviews and public interactions that there was more between Ben and Blake than just acting. Their easy laughter, prolonged eye contact, and natural comfort around each other did not go unnoticed. Reporters weren't the only ones picking up on their chemistry. Hollywood insiders also began whispering about their undeniable connection.
I don't want to stay, I want to go with you.
Jennifer had been down this road before and recognized the warning signs. She knew what it looked like when Ben became infatuated with another woman. After all, their own relationship had started under similarly dubious circumstances. In 2003, Ben was engaged to Jennifer Lopez when he met Jennifer Garner while filming Daredevil. Shortly after both became single, their friendship quickly turned into something more.
You know, nerve-wracking. It's your first day on set, you're doing your characters. It's there to tell a key part of the story in their relationship. And I was nervous the night before, and I remember talking to Jeremy, and so I thought, oh, I don't know what's gonna happen. And he said, it's just all in the eyes. That was it.
That's all I ended up in the scene.
It's uncomfortable.
How do I literally get on top of him and have sex with him? Maybe he has to get hard too, somewhere. 15 seconds is done. Like, well, maybe. But at any rate, just go in and just, if it takes 20 minutes, just take 20 minutes. Go do it.
You worry about like the logistics and the physicality, but you forget like, oh, just take that. And he reminded me, not so helpful.
There are over 300 bank robberies in Boston every year. Most of these professionals live in a 1 square mile.
Rather than dismissing the rumors, Blake appeared to fuel them. She spoke about Ben with a level of admiration that felt excessive, calling him a genius and crediting him for pushing her to be a better actress. While praise is common in Hollywood, the way Blake spoke about Ben seemed more personal than professional. Jennifer was already struggling with the situation, but things took another turn when Blake unexpectedly ended her long-term relationship with Penn Badgley. Their breakup was sudden and unforeseen. There had been no public indications of trouble between them. Yet, just as the town's press tour gained momentum, their relationship came to an abrupt end. Jennifer knew that confronting Ben directly would likely lead to him brushing off her concerns. She had been through similar situations before and understood that pushing too hard would only make him more defensive. Instead, she chose to quietly observe, collecting small details and noting subtle changes in his behavior. The emotional distance between them became increasingly obvious. Years later, when an opportunity arose for Ben to work with Ryan Reynolds, Jennifer took a firm stand. Knowing that Ryan was now married to Blake, she refused to allow any circumstances that could bring Ben back into Blake's orbit. Her decision wasn't fueled by jealousy, but rather by a desire to protect herself from another painful cycle of doubt and betrayal. Though Jennifer and Ben's marriage eventually ended for multiple reasons, Blake's involvement had undeniably contributed to their marital strife. Even after the media frenzy surrounding the town faded, the damage to their relationship lingered. Ben's actions in the following years only deepened Jennifer's distrust.